Yo, what's up, Bonehaw? Shujinkydink here. Welcome to a video all about Frost and Mortal Kombat 11. I'm helping my good friend Blue Raz Rush get into MK11, usually an MKX head at heart. This game just really didn't interest him, and I said, well, maybe if you gave Frost a try, because he plays Cyber Sub-Zero in MKX, thought maybe that might be a character that might get you to play. So I'm just kind of going to go over some MK11 things and some Frost things with him today to see if I can kind of sway him over. Yeah, and I thought I'd just put it on the YouTube so you can kind of get an idea of what my lessons look like. In case you didn't know, I do offer one-on-one coaching through my link on Patreon down in the description of this video below. So yeah, if this looks like something that would interest you, feel free to sign up. If not, enjoy the content.
Accept your death.
Okay, so you've been kind of experimenting a little bit with Frost. What have you kind of...
this Combat League tech down right here.
You do it almost better than me, and I play this game all the damn time.
Oh, I got you. Fuck.
Look at this. This is my... Yo, rocket bags? This is a lesson with Dink. This is what we do for the whole time. So what have you kind of come up with or kind of like explored so far as the character goes?
So I've figured out like basic comboing from like 3, 4, 4. I don't know what all your variation has. I have the auger and I have head roll.
That's what I equipped because I saw that that's what you had. I also have a variation that I think is a little bit more quote-unquote meta, but we can go over that later. I wanted to just kind of go over what you were wanting to learn, so...
Okay, so far... like, simple, quick stuff. I'm sorry, I'm having to, like, swap over from the feeling of a...
Oh, Xbox to
PlayStation. To PlayStation, yeah, it's weird. I'm also doing this on the player 2 side.
We can switch. Hold on, let me switch us. I
haven't done any of this with like any delay either. I think from Canada to Alabama is a little funky right now because our ping's like 133.
Yeah, I mean, it's staying under that 150 mark, which is important, but.
Because I'm missing that. I need to connect that. There we go.
There you go. Nice.
And then, like, after the bomb drop, you know, since it's a low, I figure forward 2, if I think they're going to block it, or from after I drop the bomb, back 2-2.
Yeah.
Because there's a timing in there where that happens.
Right. And that's if they...
still take the hit.
Yeah, so I wonder if I can try doing that again, and I'll see if I start blocking in the middle of that string, if that stops that from hitting me.
Well, the problem is, back 2-2 is a mid. It's mid-mid.
Right, so there's no real mix there.
So you can block it low. It just lets me keep them in check until the bomb explodes.
Because the bomb is a mid, isn't it? Yeah, it's a mid.
Oh, the bomb is a mid. I thought it was a low. What?
It looks like it should be a low, but it's not. It's a mid. And that's where it kind of makes it more of like, which really plays into the meta of the game, is the strike throw meta. Because since it's a mid, there's no mix up. Your mix up is the grab.
Okay, well, I mean, that's
still kind of scary.
Like, yeah, that's Cyber Sub-Zero 101, though.
Yeah.
That's so hard to connect. The second hit is so hard to connect.
It is pretty tight, yeah.
It took me forever to get used to her jump part.
Now, have you tried using maybe doing a slight dash forward and doing back 1-2 into Oh no, back 1-2 can't be canceled into the head, I don't think.
No, I can't do head roll. That's why I stick to doing this.
Yeah,
so
no,
I
that's
either
fair.
stick to doing this or fuck on. Come out with something like that, but even then, that's still a low. But that gives me the option of overhead. That's a high. Never mind. What?
So your options for mix would be overhead, which is a short hop, your low, which is your back 3, or your throw, and that's your main mix off of the head mix up. Or you could do back 1-2. If they're trying to do some back 1-2, it's going to hit them out of it. And then you can keep that pretty safe. Back 1-2 is one of her better buttons because I think it's an 11 frame mid.
Yeah, it's safe. I don't really know what to do off of it after the auger though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can cut it short because that still does pretty good damage for such a short combo.
Yeah, and that's, to be honest, that's a standard MK11 combo too. Like, the combos in this game aren't anything close to what they are in MKX.
Oh, fuck my meter.
Yeah. Boom, boom. Yeah, that you can hit that, but it's very tight. I don't recommend making it your B&B, especially online.
Wait, what did you do after the?
I did.
What was that after auger?
Oh, whoops! No, that wasn't that.
Okay, just back.
So back to down forward 2. Yeah, and that's what I find with a lot of combos. Are, you know, if you're dropping the ender a lot, maybe do something to make it a little bit easier, because like some damage is better than no damage, or especially in this game, dropping it and then like not getting punished.
Dropping it and catching an up 2 wake up into full combo.
Right, exactly. And that's another thing you got to be careful of with Frost's head setups, is that in this game, like, the knockdowns tend to favor the defender. So like you have wake up roll where you can roll forward or backwards, you have invincible wake up, launching wake up, you just wake up buttons. Mind you, the head does kind of stop the buttons. So you kind of want to be aware of all that stuff too. And then delay wake up on top of that. So like, as opposed to MKX, there's not as many, there's more options for someone who gets knocked down, which makes hard knockdown setups a little bit better, not quite as good. That's why you got to be kind of a little bit more thoughtful with your setups. And again, hers works a little bit more into the strike throw meta, where you know, I'm gonna throw you and then freeze you and then, you know, do whatever optimum combo we can kind of find off of that, or optimal way to set you up back into that same situation. Look at that, 28%. Look at you go.
Yeah, like, it feels like set play in this game is different, because with every other Mortal Kombat where a character's had bombs, the set play has been how you can mix them up to open them up for the bomb.
Yeah,
but it feels like the bomb here is to keep them in check.
Oh, 100%. And like, same with like that combo that you just did when you did this to like knock them away, throw that, and then they got to be careful. They can't do anything. They have to just kind of wait for you to get to them, you know?
Yeah.
It kind of forces them to move or forces them to stay where they are. Or can create a barrier too.
Oh, she can't wave dash for shit either.
Her wave dash kind of sucks. Mind you, I can't really wave dash, so I'm not the expert on that.
I mean, I had to kind of learn because Rain.
Oh yeah, Rain's wave dash is ridiculous.
Yeah, she's so weird. So I didn't really know where to even begin. Like, I seen that video and it was. I don't know how the hell I got that input because I did back.
I mean, that was pretty nice.
Down forward triangle, but I pride myself on getting inputs without mashing oftentimes. I watch my own button log there. That was ugly.
Hey, you know, sometimes you just gotta mash. I do it all the time, especially for amplified stuff that I'm not exactly sure where to amplify it. Just mash it and hope for the best.
It had me wondering how well any of it was actually gonna work in a real scenario though, because with this just being mids, I have the opportunity of catching someone waking up buttons. Like from here, they try and poke out, but like other than that, I don't know how punishable back 2-2 and head bomb are.
Well, we can find that out. Because in this game that MKX doesn't have, you have in-game frame data. It's fantastic, and I use it a lot. So are you like wondering, you said on block how negative it is?
Yeah.
So if you want to block, and I'll just do, or minus 25.
Well, okay, so I mean like from this setup here, like
Oh, like if I...
if that was blocked, for like, is that punishable? Like,
Okay.
or does the bomb keep it safe? You know?
Okay, do it again, and I'll block it. -5. Let me check the frame data on the move list to make sure that we're finding. That's back to 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I must have blocked it after the bomb then, because it... Or, yeah, because I don't think the bomb would put it at exactly -5 again. Try it again. See if we can try it again. We can replicate this.
Yeah, it's so tight in the timing, but like the bomb either explodes first or second, depending on the timing.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So if you try and... There's no punish or anything there, so usually it'll come up and say punish if I actually punished you. So maybe try that and then block, and I'll just keep mashing down 1. See if I can...
Oh yeah, I forgot to block one. Let me reset us.
Yeah. That time it was a
That one
punish.
would punish.
Yeah.
I was late. Huh.
Yeah, so it looks like, interestingly enough,
It can be.
that is punishable. Try it one more time. I want to try something. Okay, never mind. Didn't work.
Is that her? That's not her like fastest starter though, is it?
I was trying the standing 1-1-3. Doesn't seem to work though.
Huh. But she also has all this range too.
Yeah, and that's kind of like her thing too. Is like, I don't know. She just covers a lot of range with the back 2 too.
Yeah, I was messing with her down pokes to see if anything was good for anti-airing too, and I was surprised that down 4 even anti-airs.
Dude, her down 3 absolutely most broke anti-air in the game.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
It's
but this
so
anti-air
crazy.
Too.
I have seen that anti-air from time to time too.
This anti-air is off a deep jump from what I was practicing with.
I'd believe that. Yeah, this is more like kind of peak jump, and because it moves her hitbox down, and like, or her hurt box down or hitbox up, like it can hit like almost like top of the screen. It takes some timing to like really kind of get the region down, but once you get it down, it's freaking broken as shit.
I need to work on my anti-airs. I know it's like your thing. You're the man that can't be thrown, and people jump at you. You anti-air every opportunity.
I know. Sometimes it gets me into trouble.
To your disadvantage.
Yeah.
More than you like to see.
100%. But yes, I never really did get great with this move when I played her, just because her standing 1 works so well as an anti-air too, that it was like, this is better for sure because it lowers her down, but standing 1 was also good, so I was just more used to using standing 1 because it was more universal. But
I was messing with like trying to do combo setups from this too, so
yeah,
that was nice.
Like if you anti-air, then you use your ice auger would be your launcher, right? So it would be like anti-air into like probably back to ice auger, I'd imagine. I don't know.
I know that. I think the auger's pretty. Is the auger one of her meta abilities? Like one of her meta moves?
Yeah, people use that a lot with the micro burst.
I know, like from the corner with the head setups, if somebody wants to like roll out of it or like up 3 out of it, I had the idea of having the auger. I could possibly shimmy and get the crushing blow.
Yeah, you had the spacing on that perfectly. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, not that time.
It's like 1 step away from starting distance.
Yeah.
So it's something I have to keep in mind.
Have you went through her crushing blows at all and just kind of went through them? That's what I do when I usually pick up a new character, is like I'll just go through and see what all the crushing blows are.
I think just that one, but I know her back 2-2-1-2 crushing blows. I think that one's a launcher too, isn't it? Or
yeah, it is
just a hard knockdown.
No, that one's a launcher, and it's off a whiff punish too. So like, it's really good, especially for the space that string controls.
Oh, that's the down 2.
Down 2. Everyone's got that one. That's a classic.
Classic. Yeah. So she's really just got the 1 then, yeah.
Check her special moves too. I don't know. I don't think she has. Yeah, she has the ice auger.
We know.
Cryo stance. Yeah, no. The ice auger gives her an extra 1.
It's nice to have that, and it's so slow. It can catch people jumping.
And it's nice that there's the 2 hits there as well, like the second one that goes farther.
I kind of like these fat projectiles. That's why I really like Rain. I was playing against Mighty Hercule the other day.
Yeah.
And I was fighting a Shao Kahn, and he was having trouble doing Shao Kahn's jumping lunge or whatever with the hammer because Rain Ball is just so
Oh, yeah.
rotund.
Rotund, that's a good word.
It's just a fat projectile. So it's 2 decently sized projectiles that on meter burn goes full screen.
Yeah, and if you hit the second one, you could.
Dying here.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta die. Let me talk for a second, and that's the advantage to that one. And that'll set up your crown, and then you can just move in. You know, that kind of idea. Or use the crown to, like, if they want to bait some movement in, and if they go in, you know, like I said, it controls space. Right now, you can't go backwards. Now I'm controlling you in this area.
I gotta get better about those confirms.
Yeah, I mean, I have a bit of experience with it, so.
Yeah, I gotta figure out where those where like the head roll truly locks people down.
Yeah, like
you launched it at full screen, but I still feel like I probably could have charged you.
Yeah, and then I'm forcing you to kind of move forward or move backwards and block it if you want.
And I know, I think I've seen before too, catches people trying to move in all the time. So
yeah, you just got to be careful with it because it's a high, right? So like, if I duck, I'm getting that down 2 crushing blow. That happens to me all the time.
I know one fun thing I was practicing with earlier was this. If I can keep the person on the bomb and they're trying to move in.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Assuming they don't block the bomb, like this can combo directly into the bomb. That can push them onto it.
And that would also keep you safe too if you just wanted to use that to get in at the same time.
It's either a hard knockdown or if I can get the timing right. Oh,
that's cool. She didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been trying to find stuff like that. It's just I don't know.
Yeah,
something about set play on here between MK, is different from MKX. So.
Yeah, like I said, instead of like the overhead low mix-ups into the bomb, you're looking more strike throw into the bomb. You know, so like throw, and then boom, boom. We'd probably do that into auger actually. Use that to hit him away, throw the head out, and kind of control your space with that. And then throw in this one every once in a while. Well, maybe don't. This is one that you should probably learn to hit confirm. It is hit confirmable. But like, can you block it for a second? I'm pretty sure that it's death on block. Yeah, minus 15. So I'll just throw that one out a lot. And if I see that hit, I just kind of finish the string.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of time in there before I can even do a standing one.
Yeah, so like, great move, and it's also good to mix this up with this as well, because they'll be like neutral ducking, trying to like down to that, and then you can just smoke them with this one instead.
Okay, so this one, you said this one launched on whip punish, right?
Yeah.
So. Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So then you use that to link up into Ice Auger, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know if the auger will reach from that distance.
Well, I mean, okay, hold on here. Let me try. Easy crushing blows on. Another thing I like about this game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can do back.
Yeah,
back
if you or do back 2 Ice Auger. Maybe back.
Nah, that's a tight time. Oh damn, you guys set to just player one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Set it to both.
Like, I'm sure that can connect. She has some like weird.
There you go. Oh.
like weird height-oriented stuff for her combos. Her stuff seems to be very position-based, a little bit more than other characters.
Yeah, she's a little bit more execution heavy, which is another reason why I kind of thought you might like her, because it's a little bit more of a MKX kind of a trait than MK11.
Huh, maybe that doesn't work. Oh shit, sorry.
You could do like something like this, and then
You can
can't
just
remember.
down forward too, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Whoops. I can't remember what I used to do off this combo. I used to have a combo, but
Yeah, contrary to my mains, I actually don't like high execution, so this has been kind of fun to try and mess around with.
Oh, there you go.
Sub-Zero is not. I don't think he's high execution.
really, I don't know much about
I
that
don't
character,
think
so.
I mean, well, maybe one of these days the roles will be reversed.
I mean, very true. Very true. So, yeah, so that's why I thought you kind of like this variation, because, you know, the setups off of this, it sounds like you would just be learning like a different mix kind of a system than you would have had in MKX. Just for shits and giggles, though, I can show you like the kind of meta variation that she kind of uses.
Old tinsel toes.
Good old tinsel toes. Yeah, I haven't changed that variation name since I did my Combat League season with her.
Because
the
the
big
one that keeps Jade in check that you got, yeah.
Yeah, because she has this move, which works against Jade's purple. I mean, she can duck it, but most Jades don't usually figure that out. But like, she's got the vortex. Well, not the vortex, but the reset. Plus 15 into like into an 11 frame mid. So that's because this microburst move keeps them grounded.
And it's all basically unavoidable.
Yeah, like it's...
Until the back three launcher.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you go this, and then the guess comes here. Whether I'm going to do throw or mid.
Oh.
Because you have to respect both, and if you think I'm going to do a throw and neutral duck, that's when I would hit you with this. Jump over, restand, into guess again, bro. And she's got crushing blows on her throws. I think both of them.
I'm actually crazier mix than I thought she did then.
Yeah, yeah, she does. I think they're in basic attacks throws. Yeah, both of her throws.
Online, so.
And this is why, yeah, this is why that reset is so good. Because yeah, again, it doesn't knock them down. You got crushing blows on both their throws and a really good mid. And that's the guess in this game. Mid or throw. Mid or throw. Back one two or throw. Or you get the classic where you like walk up to them and it looks like you're gonna throw and then you smack them with a mid. Little mini walk, smack them with a mid.
I try and do that so much, and I just get buttons to the face every time.
Yeah,
every time I see someone better than me try something, I try and replicate it, and I get punched in the mouth.
And that's, yeah, man, it's gonna happen. It happens to me a lot, but you know, I try and be sneaky with it. But that's kind of what I see, and then you kind of have this kind of added to it, just so she has a little bit of a distance game.
I don't even know if I have any other variations set up for her.
Boom, 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 boom.
So this one's just micro burst and auger then, yeah, because the burst is 2.
What's the third move that I have? No, the burst is 1. Auger lunge.
Oh, you got the lunge.
Yeah.
The lunge was 2. Oh. That was an armor breaker, isn't it?
So this would be your ender. Oh, I still have easy crushing blows on, but is that the armor break? No, the ice head when she launches her head in the air is her armor breaker, which does.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people do corner setup with this, but
Look at us, we're crossing heads. No, I must have moved forward a bit.
I think is it forward advancing? Yeah, it's just ever so slightly forward advancing.
Let's see if we can touch heads at the top of the screen. Yeah, head high five. We rock. So yeah, this is
touching it.
I mean, better than touching tips, I guess, but and demonetized. So yeah, this is like what I've seen is the meta variation of her. Some people also use the charge that she has. I find that air charge is very inconsistent on the frame data though. Like sometimes it's like super punishable. Joker has something similar where depending on where they hit you, they're more or less negative. So most of the time I see that with Frost players who like get zoned out and they're like, okay, well now I just use the dive move and I don't have to worry about zoning. And they're like, well, a good zoner will have good rush down. So
the few that I've fought have that, or they've all used that. Which I mean, as RoboCop, it didn't bother me, but
I mean, yeah, that's fair. You don't really have to worry about that much. Probably you can probably hit her out of it with most of your projectiles.
I'm pretty sure low auto 9 caught her.
Yeah, oh, easy. As soon as you see him go into the air, just like pew pew pew, and you'll hit him at some point.
Yeah, that man covers the screen with just bullshit.
I mean, facts. But yeah, this is like kind of like I said, kind of what I've seen, and like this is her mix into that. The mix of the back 1-2 or the throw. You could also mix in your low in there if you want, but that's not super effective in this game. I always do the double low hop or double short hop.
I saw you check with this and then do it again. Was that intentional? Like, can you keep people in check with this? Like, throw that out every now and then?
Not really.
No.
It's got like
this.
this.
I didn't know if that was intentional or not.
No, that would.
Weird.
Yeah, it's kind of very vertical hitbox, which isn't good for like space control. Especially when she has so many other moves like this one or this one, or, you know, Ice Auger. Like she has other moves that control that same space. Usually, if you see me do this, it was either a failed down 3 or a failed something else. This was never on purpose. This was never on purpose.
Okay, because I saw you do it and then go into the thing. So I didn't know if that was like, oh look, you hit, now you're gonna mash.
No, I mean
do it again.
it's.
I didn't like see the frame data on it when you did it, but.
Yeah, it could have been that I had made a read on like a projectile or something and I was trying to go underneath, but that's not very smart and I don't advise it. But that also sounds like something I might do, so.
Oh, that would be a nice little, like, advancing something, if that actually worked. I know Shao Kahn kind of has, like, a forward advancing low that works in certain matchups. Like
yeah, like,
Johnny.
Like, you don't want to whiff too much in this game because most characters, like, control the space really well, so, like, if I saw you whiff that, I just walk backwards and like just wait for an opening to hit you with my long-range mids. The characters in this game that kind of struggle are the ones that don't have those long-range mids, but usually most characters have something. Like Brock is one of those characters because he's got his forward 4, his flying knee thing, so.
Yeah, that forward 2-1.
Yeah, that too. Except that one's a high to start, so I mean, it might not. You might be able to low profile it, but.
Oh, yeah.
He's got options, basically, either way. That's what I was saying, so... So, I don't know if, like, you're more interested in, like, the mix when it comes to, like, this kind of a deal. It is a little bit meter intensive, but she's pretty good at getting her meter back, so...
I might play around with this one. I really want to, like... You know, set play has always been kind of a thing, so I want to learn that, but as much fun as I'm kind of having messing around with her, it probably wouldn't hurt for me to learn the meta stuff too.
Yeah, and it could be stuff too that you know, you find out you like one more than the other at the end of the day, right? So
that's ridiculous reach.
Yeah, one of the best down 4s in the game. Absolutely. It's fairly quick for what it is too, like 12 frames.
She and RoboCop might be competing there.
Yeah, I mean, I might say hers is maybe a little bit better because it's just like she's got the range, but like RoboCop's got, I think his is a little faster, isn't it? Yeah. So it's kind of give and take. It's just kind of whatever you need. I think maybe RoboCop's kind of favors him more so than Jade Frost does.
I don't talk about her.
I have no idea why her name came to my mouth, but
living rent free in your head.
Always thinking about ways to get around Jade. That's one nice thing that I liked about Frost is...
Damn.
But I have Sheng now that does that better, so...
I played with so many different things earlier, before even coming in here, because I didn't know like what I might have learned quickly that you might cover. Because this character felt like really confusing to me the first time I messed around with her, but in training, just like for 15 minutes, it started to click a little bit.
Yeah, she's. I think that combo only works in the corner with the double back three. I don't know. Maybe you got it to work full screen. I just remember trying it and it never really worked for me. That's a good setup. Yeah, because in the corner you can do like. Whoops.
Oh, I didn't realize she could do that whole thing twice.
Yeah, it's weird because like it looks like the second back three should whiff because you have to do it like almost right away, otherwise it'll miss. But like it looks like that should not be hitting them.
Nah, that's there's some weird hit detection in this game.
There definitely is.
Like jumping over Shao Kahn's overhead.
Yeah, that's weird.
Or doing short hops over his weird ass overhead, like the meter burn, whatever that he does.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think that's a low. It might be a mid now. It looks like it. Yeah, you're talking about when he slams the hammer on the ground like twice, right?
Yeah.
Because it looks like it should be an overhead, but it used to be a double low, and then they actually nerfed it so it was a low mid. But it looks like an overhead. It is the most confusing move in the game.
I lose him so much because of the way his animations look. Because like his stomp, I always read overhead on the stomp. So I duck low, and when I see him pick his foot up, I stand back up. Because if it was MKX, it would be an overhead.
Yeah, and that's another thing with this game too. Is like it's a lot of things like that. You know, the overhead low mix is kind of gone in a sense.
And I deal with the same thing against RoboCop and with RoboCop and against Liu Kang with their back twos.
Oh yeah. Liu Kang's forward one, I think. Forward one, standing one. It's a mid, but like it looks the same as standing one, which is a high, and like it's super fast, and then like -2 on block. It's so obnoxious.
Damn it. This character, the inputs is so weird. I don't know why they're so weird to me. I use Shang Tsung.
I mean, Shang Tsung's got some funky things going on.
His inputs feel natural to me. I don't know why. It's like using Lei in Tekken. His stuff is weird. There's no reason for him to feel as natural as he does.
That was interesting. That just happened there.
What was up?
Can you do that same sequence you just did again?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, because I'm doing like all the wrong shit now.
Okay. I think I was thinking of something different. For some reason, I thought that when you hit me with a back 2-2 into the bomb that it restood me, but I realize now the combo reset, so that was my eyes deceiving me.
Yeah, no. Everything I've done with her, I think, has been kind of reset heavy. Like this is just reset stuff. I think. I don't know what actually combos there. Because you know the bomb and the hit don't count as 2 hits to a combo.
Yeah, that's interesting, and that's kind of where you would be looking to find out if something actually comboed or not, was whether it registers as a combo after the second hit.
Yeah. Or are you noticing that when I do it? Like it's shit. I have to do it off the string because it never seems to work any other way.
Right.
I can't get this to connect both hits. Like after I throw out the bomb, the next back 2-2 resets the combo, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no, I said 3 hits that time. Huh. I could have swore it like canceled out the count.
Well, we're learning stuff today, aren't we?
I don't know. I feel like I'm learning something, or I feel like I could be going over stuff I already knew and then forgot about.
You forgot it and then relearned it. So I don't know. I don't know how much more there is to kind of go over with her. I covered a little bit about how her reset kind of works, how the meta works as opposed to, you know, what you're used to and what this game is. Went over her meta variation. Do you have any other questions about her? Or?
I thought maybe I could get your variation too, but I guess not. No, that's just it. I usually know what kind of questions to ask, but I feel like whenever I'm learning something, but I don't know, because you and I use two completely different things with her.
Yeah, it's true, and I don't
really
know like
what questions I need to be asking.
I'll try and find some footage of me playing against this, because there was one Frost player. I can't remember their tag, but they would just their setups in the corner were absolutely nuts, and it was basically in the corner, if I remember correctly, it was a lot of like finding combos that get like really high gravity. Like doing something like, hold on, let me see if I can set this to the corner. This isn't going to be reset distance.
She has like something that like launches really high that I was messing with earlier, but I couldn't quite figure out what to get off of it.
Like here into like this kind of a thing, into like standing 3 into like the head. I don't have the head, but like
down back 3. Yeah.
No, not that one. The
Oh no.
The head launch that you have. Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
And it's something to do with like getting like the most gravity and like hitting at the peak, so that right at the peak of that combo. Yeah, so you have the most like hit advantage. I don't know. I don't think that's the setup, but it was little things like that that really made it scary.
Yeah. See the corner is a big issue where I'm having problems setting up the head because this is close distance, right?
Yeah, but it can roll too far.
Yeah, if I don't shimmy backwards, it. Oh well, shit.
Yeah, like
it's weird stuff. Like I know I was messing around with her earlier I was trying to see what might be able to help me push in more for the setups, because you know this is what I've been using to like kind of keep up pressure when I get the bomb out. But I can only connect both hits of back 2-2 if I've gone from this, because if I do back 1-1 into Ice Auger, second hit whiffs every time.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of inconsistent.
I'm having to try and find new workarounds for that. So I was messing around with shit.
Oh, 2-1. I forgot about that string. Or 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. Yeah, I haven't found too many uses for that yet.
So that's
good range.
So that reminded me that this is another one that is good in her meta variation, because you can use it as the it's plus on block. It's 2-2. Yeah, +5 on block. And because the first hit's a high, after this reset, you don't have to worry about someone low profiling it. So that mid's going to hit him regardless, +5, and then now they have to guess again into this back 1-2 or a throw. So there's 2 guesses, right? So you have this one, jump. So you guess the throw. I try and go into that again. Say maybe I don't have the meter.
Oh yeah, I don't think I could even down too fast enough after the high. So.
Yeah. So that's, yeah, because +16 into what's standing 2 startup.
Frame dead is something I need to look at more.
Yeah, that's.
I'm so bad about just figuring out what works and what doesn't work, rather than like what's safe and what isn't.
Oh, for sure. And it's like, you know, and that's how you kind of build all these kind of things. You see, like, what's guaranteed, what's the startup of this. So the hit advantage you get from this, look into the startup of this. Like, standing 2 startup is 13 frames. If I'm +16 frames and they're blocking, they're going to have to block this regardless. Now I'm +5 with an 11 frame mid. That's another guess for you. So there's 2 different guesses for her.
Yeah, I had a Frost just doing this shit to me online the other day. Oh, not the other day, a little while back, and like I didn't even know what to do. I can't remember who I was using. I may have been using Baraka or somebody slow. I was using someone slow, and I just did not know how to punish it. Oh my god.
Yeah, like, well, this one is safe at -4, so you'd want to hit him. You'd want to try and use like a down 1 or back 1 would work to try and take your turn back. With Baraka, you'd want to use like a down 1 or a down 3 or something, because being -4, a lot of people are just gonna mash and try and take their turn back, even though it's technically not your turn. But it's alright. I just screwed up a combo. I was just gonna look and see what special moves.
This is your teasing time.
That's what we do. Amplify is still safe, but less safe at -7, so it is easier to take your turn. Either way, both of them you can take your turn back. It's just you got to make sure that you do it in a fast and quick way possible. With like a down 1, which is
something that's at least 6 frames, I'm guessing. Well, no, because that's a 8 frame, isn't it?
Yeah, but that'll work.
Yeah.
But that'll work. It's not the greatest option, but it's something, right? Because it's if they're at -4, that turns your startup into a 4-frame startup, right? So there's no move fast enough that's going to beat that out. So if they try and steal their turn back after that, you're going to beat them up. That looks swaggy AF.
It does, and that's all I was trying to mess with earlier, because the lift on it, right?
Right, yeah, I like that. That's cool.
I've been trying to find stuff with her that gives more lift, because if I can get just a little bit more lift in my combos, I can get the head out there easier. At least, I mean, that makes sense to me.
No, that's exactly it. Like, you want to get them higher in the air so you have more frames to work with. Yeah, like that. And then you go into the guess of
control the space there better with the head though. Fuck. Hold on. There it is. I started doing down back 1. I forgot what position the head was. Oh, hold on. So I don't know if you noticed this, but like whenever Frost's head is rolling across the ground, if you reset with her head upside down, if after the reset, her head still stays rolling on her body.
I actually haven't noticed that. That's hilarious. Huh.
Right?
Oh, I don't have that equipped. That's kind of funny.
So ugly.
Good old NRS.
Yeah, I've got to... I reckon I got this figured out. I know like your lessons are usually like an hour of time, and I'm sure you're used to dealing with people who are newer though.
Yeah, and I mean,
need to learn more of the basics.
And I mean, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, I think you can equip the microburst and the head roll. I think that actually might be a better variation for the stuff that you want to do. Like, Ice Auger's nice, but you can get that vortex, that mix that you're used to from MKX, while still having like the setups and stuff. And you have kind of an extra thing too. Like, you could freeze them, something like this, maybe throw the head out, and then hit them with something? Maybe?
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, because the auger is giving me like a shorter time to set anything up.
Yeah, and like if you're... Like, the thing is you'd be losing the crushing blow off the auger, so I don't know how important that is to you. But you would be gaining, you know, her little vortex here. Boom, into that. Into that. And this might be another way for you to set up your head thing, and then... Assuming you can even do it when they're frozen like that, I don't know how that works. I have never labbed those two moves. They may even conflict, actually, before we get to... You know what? I'm curious.
What's the input for microburst?
Down back 4.
Oh, these shouldn't, because this is down back 2.
Yeah, so that shouldn't conflict.
I can always mess around with it on my own time if need be. Hold on just a second, Grace. You got a call.
Switch back my variation now. I'm gonna make sure that those two moves don't conflict, actually. Because I'm curious myself now. It seems to me like it would be pretty strong, but I mean, sometimes I'm wrong.
Yeah, I never even considered microburst. I remember I had this variation set up forever ago on Xbox, and I never actually sat down to learn it because I didn't feel like I was making any headway. And
Headway.
what when I was asking, or when I was trying to figure out, what I would need for maybe at least a decent move to follow up with, I asked Ragnarok what he uses because he and I are pretty tight.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can use those two together. I mean, Ice Auger is like a good space control move, too. I'm just going to go into practice move real quick here and just see if my idea works.
I had it in mind that microburst is what took the 2 slots. No, the head roll takes 2.
Yeah,
Huh.
no, Microverse is her combo launcher, but it's only one spot. I mean the head roll thing, I think they thought it was going to be stronger than it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do microburst, launch the head, and still have time to do something. So I think that might be a little bit more fun of a variation for you to mess around with some stuff.
yeah. I'm gonna try the microburst out because I definitely know I want to use the head roll because I've seen like Mustard and them do big work with that, and I feel like if there's someone to look to for set play, it's the guy
100%.
who's made Cyrax over 20 years. You know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's pretty good. So I feel like this is a little shorter than a standard lesson would be. Usually we go about an hour, but I feel like we covered everything that we wanted to cover here and did some exploration and found some things out. How did you feel about our time spent today? Do you feel like you came out knowing more than you went in with? Are you feeling more warm on MK11? You know, am I like MK11 sales?
We touched on we touched a bit more on frame data, which is something I never think about, and I think that helps a little bit because I never think about frame data. I never think about like what's safe and what isn't, and I operate on pure instinct, and instinct only gets you so far.
It's true, and like it's one thing to like see something and be like, "Yo, that looks really cool," but like if it doesn't actually work, then that's kind of where you're like, okay, you may end up spending too much time on one thing that's like totally fake and totally is not anything that would work, when in reality you could have, just seen the frame data right away and be like, okay, well that's definitely not something I should spend some time on, and then looking at the frame data and the startup frames and how much hit advantage you have, super duper important. And once you start getting used to those, like I bet if you use the information that we went through today on frame data and went back and looked at some of the cyber sub setups, I bet you would find so much more just looking at the frame data. Because I know you understand frame data, right?
No,
Not at all?
hardly. Like kinda, very very roughly.
I have a whole video series on it. You should go check it out. It's super sexy. Lots of numbers.
Should.
But yeah, startup frames and the recovery frames and the hit advantage frames are the three things that kind of help you build a setup. So I would definitely recommend using those to kind of understand where to go, where one move leads into another. That makes sense?
Yeah, definitely. All in all, I'd say like, you asking how I feel about learning. Like, Frost is a character you don't really use.
Right.
Like you're a zoner, but hearing you talk about like a basic breakdown of her, it at least kind of like helps me put it into focus, I think.
Yeah.
Because before I had no idea what to do with her. Like, I'm used to just trying to go in for immediate damage. I don't think she's that. She's more of a, from what it feels like, and from how you like you showed off stuff. She's more about like picking your range.
Yeah, and like that's
Yeah.
kind of how she leads into most of her setups, is she'll just be kind of like moving in and out of her space that she wants to control, and waiting for her moment to punish, get you into like a setup, and then just kind of not let you go, kind of a thing. Like you're reset into plus frames or into a little head setup or something.
Yeah, because I mean, I use Baraka, I use Rain, and Nightwolf, and they all want to be in your face, and she doesn't necessarily have to be. Like
No, definitely not.
her back 2 range is really good to keep them out or bring you in.
Back
And
back 1-2.
Yeah, I'm very used to only being in your face all the time, all the damn time.
And
So
I mean,
it's been productive and helpful for me for sure.
definitely. And it's you know, playing a character that's a little bit different than what you're used to is only going to help you in the characters that you do play. Because now you're going to understand a character that, like, if you're a character like, say, Baraka that wants to be in your face, a character like Frost is really hard to fight. So if you understand how Frost works a little bit, understand how she controls her range and how, you know, where her range is, that's going to make your Baraka a hell of a lot better because you're able to navigate the range in which she is strongest in against. So I'm always an advocate of picking up characters that you don't usually play, outside of grapplers maybe, but...
Okay, and hold on.
That's
in every game that isn't Mortal Kombat, I main grapplers.
yeah, no, but like, I mean, and again, and that's just a me thing. I don't find grapplers fun, but you know, learning characters like Jax and Garrus, who aren't great examples of grapplers, unfortunately, my Bane can do some things, but you know, playing characters like that, they help me as a zoner understand what their game plan is to get to where they want to be. So once you understand your opponent's game plan a little bit better, that can make you better with the character that you're playing. So that's why I'm a pretty big advocate of making sure that you step outside your comfort zone when you can. Master your character initially, find out where they struggle, learn how the characters that struggle, how they are making that matchup tough, and that'll make you better with your main character.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I've put off this character for so long, so I do need to like step in and use her. I probably need to get some sets in with Koala or somebody in the Discord at some point.
I highly recommend, if you're wanting to do setups and stuff, that you try out this head thing and the microburst, because like, you know,
Yeah,
she
I'm
can
messing around with that right now. It's I'm liking it more than the auger.
Yeah, like you can like microburst, toss the head out, throw. I don't know. It's there's a lot more possibilities, I think, than with the auger, just because the auger kind of keeps them not. There's not as much hit advantage, so they're not stunned as long. It also puts them in the air, so they're getting a knockdown, whereas the microburst keeps them standing, which, like we were talking about earlier, this game, the knockdowns are more favor the defender, so keeping them standing is a little bit better.
Yeah, this is a lot more fun. I'm having to fish a little bit more to find setups now because, you know, if the bomb connects after they've been microbursted, then it just pushes them back. But
right,
I'm at least getting base damage from the bomb if I'm not getting another freeze because I was a little too quick.
Yeah, so there's little advantages.
This is actually really great. This is
hell yeah,
like a glove.
Now I'm doing all sorts of fun stuff with her. I gotta pick this variation up again. I don't know.
Did that turn you into a set play person?
Right? I've never actually played one of those characters. Well, I guess that's a lie. Quan Chi does have some pretty crazy setups with his bat, but they're definitely. I wouldn't consider him like a kind of, I don't know, setup kind of character.
I mean, hey, if you want to learn Cyber Sub at MKX, I've got you. Better yet, if you want to learn Cyber Sub at MK9.
Oh my god. Tournament viable killing machine. I love that. That'll never get old to me. Well, this was a good session. I'm glad we did this. I learned a lot. You learned a lot. We had a couple confusing moments there in the middle. They ended up where it sounds like you kind of found what you kind of were looking for to begin with out of the character.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, apologies that it's not like more like a normal training session. I know you usually work with people who are a lot newer, or people who are like trying to dip their feet into, you know, the big old fighting game swimming pool.
Yeah, I mean, it varies a lot from person to person. I've had people who are a little bit more advanced who they're working on a certain thing, so we play like a set for an hour, and I just kind of focus on challenging them in that certain thing. I've played people who just don't understand the theory. We talk a little bit about theory, kind of like how, a little bit about what we touched on today with frame data, something like that. I had one person sign up just to show me their cool combos, which, like, sweet, yeah, show me your combos. If that's what you want to do, I'm yours for an hour, you know? Show me what you want.
Yeah, lessons are definitely the way to go. If things aren't working, your way, or things aren't clicking for you, then having a second opinion come in and be like, this is why.
Oh, for sure. And
it's great.
A lot of people who hit a plateau where they don't really know where to go, you know, and I'll play them and I'll challenge. I have just like different ways of like challenging you. Like, it was funny because I was talking to Old Smoke the other day in our lesson. He was like, "You ever just let people win, like just to make them feel better?" And I was like, "Not really. Like, I'll never just like throw somebody the game just to be like, here you go. But I will put myself at a disadvantage to test something. Like, I will jump at you numerous times just to test that you are anti-airing properly." You know, and if you're not anti-airing properly, then that's something that I can say, okay, in the last 3 games I've jumped at you numerous times, you didn't anti-air me once. And they're pretty obvious jump-ins, so like maybe that's a part of your game that we can straighten up. Or like another popular one is like, I'll just do nothing for a while, and I'm just like kind of shimmy in and out and move around and just see if they get impatient and do something stupid, you know? It's so things like that where like I'm not throwing a game for you, but I will definitely do certain things to test you that I wouldn't do in, say, a competitive setting for the sole purpose of you learning. The goal isn't for you to win more than me or me to win more than you. It's to you coming away knowing more than you did at the start, you know? That's a bit of
sparring is anyway, though. You wanna feel people out and then be able to critique where they're improving or where they're where they're falling behind.
Exactly. You know,
because I know just playing sets with you do that to me. Like playing against your Shang Tsung, you kept checking me for jumping with Rain.
Yep.
Or focusing too much on trying to run in when you were using the ground skull. Because that's a weird zoning match to contend to.
It's definitely different. It is definitely different. That's for damn sure. But thanks for taking the time for this, Blue. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, it helps me. It kind of shows what people can get from you whenever they hit that lesson tier in the Patreon. So it's helpful both ways. And since you're recording this, if you're a newer player and you're on the fence about lessons, I'm more experienced. I'm slightly above casual.
Nice.
I'm not competitive, but I'm somewhere in the middle. I know a little bit more than what somebody just picking up a controller and pressing buttons would. But lessons from Dink, he can teach you all of it, from the theory to your character to if he picks up the character and learns it a little bit with you, show you where you could fix things. It's great. It's always good to have a second opinion, somebody to help you optimize. And you'd be surprised at just what an hour out of your day could help you learn.
2 brains are better than 1, right?
Yeah.
Or shall I say 2 heads? Because Frost launches it. You can't see it, but you'll see it in the video, but I launched Frost's head as I said that. Okay, well. I hope she gets it back.